Talk to the Neon Rabbit. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the We Are Neon Rabbit YouTube channel. You're listening to The Rabbit Hole.
Episode number 23.
So we just came up with that whole glomosexuals thing.
At least we hope we did.
We're not talking about the FBI either. We're glowing like neon over here.
Absolutely. Let's get your purples and your blues and your reds and your crews all up in the sky.
Well, we thought it would be good to come up with a name for our fans. All of you guys, you're now glomosexuals. So welcome to the LGBTQG community.
And that's the beauty of it. Anybody can be a glomosexual.
It's non-discriminatory.
We don't care what you do, who you are, where have you been.
All right, so welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. We have, of course, a whole bunch of good stuff planned for you, as always. So I'm JB, and with me, as always, is my co-host, Jeremy. Jeremy, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing fantabulous. I'm glowing with excitement to be here.
So it was Father's Day the other day. We're about a month late.
Let's say it's July what now? 6th?
It's better late than never. Both Jeremy and I happen to be fathers ourselves, so it's kind of an odd holiday for us to completely skip and gloss over, but wanted to take a second and acknowledge
Father's Day,
acknowledge all the fathers out there. You guys are important, and especially our own dads. Happy Father's Day.
I don't know if my dad watches. I know you said your dad watches. I don't know if my dad's a subscriber or not. But yeah, happy Father's Day, and of course, happy 4th Independence Day that's also passed. We're not up on holidays.
No.
We're always working these things.
Well, yeah, and then recording falls on when the day's recording falls on.
It really does.
Yeah, so happy Independence Day, y'all.
Yeah,
America's birthday.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I saw a shirt that it was a Union Jack flag. It said like Happy Independence Day, colonial traders. It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got the joke. Yeah, it was funny.
Noise.
Fuck
you, redcoats. Anyways, so the little topic I had on the docket for today is
yes, sir.
If you followed me at all, recently in my past, I jumped headfirst into making bluegrass music.
You did?
I put out a bunch of songs, not necessarily any of them very well produced or anything, but it's something that I had fun with.
They're good. They're good. I like them.
And a lot of that inspiration came from the person that I'm going to highlight here, who was known to me as Abby the Spoon Lady.
Which is how she was introduced to me earlier today.
Yeah. So, yeah, I introduced Jeremy to her earlier today because she honestly just has an amazing story and was an inspiration to me, to be completely honest. So that was like the first instrumental dive into like bluegrass music I took was the spoons, because she plays the spoons. If you don't know how that works, it's 2 spoons in your hand and you click them together. And she's quite amazing. And so I just wanted to try myself and see if I could do it, and not nearly to the level of Abby, but I could. In fact, I do play the spoons.
He does. I've seen them firsthand, and I've tried them myself. It's not easy, but it's not hard either. So anybody can do it. It's just a matter of practice and like Abby says, you different cupping of your hands and different rolling of the fingers create different tones and rhythms. So really the story of just a random musician's not that compelling, but Abby's story is interesting in the fact that she spent the majority of her life, adult life anyways, homeless. Mm-hmm. So Abby was homeless by choice is how she would say it. She chose to be homeless. She was originally from Kansas, and she was she was married, and she would just say bad things and violence happened to her. Yeah, that was the one sentence that I picked up. Bad things and violence happened to her in her young marriage.
Yeah, she did get married young.
Yeah.
And
in Kansas, how young could you possibly be in Kansas?
Well, yeah.
At that time, probably pretty damn young.
Well, she's slightly older than we are, really.
Yeah, I didn't really get a pickup on her age, really.
I think she was born in 1982.
Really?
Yeah, so she's like 42 years old.
Well,
I think,
shut
currently.
my mouth.
Yeah, right. So you would have guessed that she was older because she's missing all of her teeth.
Well, that's not the only reason.
Yeah, okay.
She's
had a hell of a life.
She's a weathered-looking lady. But yeah, she's definitely had a road.
Yeah, so
to
she
travel.
escaped from her abusive relationship, is what we'll say, and just started hopping trains,
Yeah.
like literally sneaking on trains and sitting on them and riding the train. And she's just got a multitude of stories of train hopping. And she actually has a really good message of warning you not to do it. Don't go train hopping.
Now, does she have her own YouTube channel where people can hear the stories and stuff?
Yeah, and if you search on YouTube Abby the Spoon Lady, you can hear it all for yourself. And I think it's worth giving a listen. It's really it's like a story of adversity and this person coming up through it and just at the same time like doing what she wanted to do.
That's a good highlight. I will post her link right here.
Yeah, so it's within the music that she wanted to play and the life that she wanted to live. She went and she did it. Now she's essentially, we can call her like a professional street performer.
A busker, yes.
Yeah. So anyway, she escaped from her husband, started riding trains. This is where she eventually picked up the spoon. Is just like her story is like some kids had stolen some spoons from what she said was Paula Dean's restaurant. I don't know. That's funny. And like she ran into these kids. They presented her with the spoon, showed her how to do a couple of things, and then like she just started playing from there. But like within what she calls hobos too. I don't know if that's an offensive term, but
hobos?
Yeah, that's what she just like the hobo community. That's how she referred to it. So it's how I'm going to do it too.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so these hobos, a lot of these hobos, sounds offensive.
It's a weird term.
It's the way you say these
hobos.
These damn hobos. Anyways,
it gets funnier the more you say it. Hobo.
There's a big music community. I mean, that's like they just kind of like travel and play music as they're traveling. It makes sense. So she fit into the community, started playing, and yeah, today she's essentially a professional street performer, and she does a lot of advocacy for street performers because that's kind of a dying thing too. Yeah,
a lot of local politics getting involved with like regulations and zones and things like that. Basically, trying to eliminate the busker lifestyle.
Damn man and his regulations.
Damn man.
I've had it up to you with your regulations.
But that's where she gets involved in local politics and goes to those town council meetings and listens and, voices her opinions. And I guess in the video that you showed me, there was a little bit of a difference being made with, some actual...
With what she cared about anyways with the political world, yeah.
And that's good. I fully support this lady. I was very, very happy that JB introduced me to her. It was a beautiful story of a beautifully spirited woman. And, definitely check out Abby the Spoon Lady.
Abby the Spoon Lady. And all the music that they have to present, too, because bluegrass music is a cool thing. It might not be your thing, but it's worth checking out.
Oh, bluegrass is just as American as apple pie. It's a wonderful form of music, and it's very intricate, and a lot of people don't realize what really goes into it. They think it's really simple. It's not. It's really intricate music, and it's beautiful music.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you catch the debates the other day by any chance?
We beat Medicare.
We finally beat Medicare.
It's done.
We did it.
We did it, guys.
We beat Medicare.
Mission over. Okay.
I did.
Yeah.
Catch a little bit of it, yes.
Yeah, okay. It was a train wreck. And all of it aside, okay. Obviously Joe Biden had a very hard time like delivering. If he has a cogent message at all, he had a hard time delivering it. Okay. So in the aftermath of this, I heard it presented the idea of essentially like using an AI to help him like actually make sense of like could you imagine him like talking into a microphone and the AI just like actually makes sense of what he's saying? It was something along those lines, and then that's like my idea is like let's go full Super Earth here, guys, to bring it back to Hell Divers, and like let's vote via an algorithm. And what do you think about the idea of like an AI as the president?
Oh,
it's crazy. Come on, why are you thinking about it so hard?
I'm thinking of the implications. Would it work? Could it work? Would I allow it to work? Not me personally. I meant like, people. Would they want to be ruled by a robot?
Well, they do like it in Helldivers.
Oh, well. If we had an artificial intelligence that wasn't going to nuke us on sight.
Yeah, that would be the thing.
Yeah, that was like that would have to be like, can you program an AI not to go fucking nuts?
I don't think so, because I think the whole point of something going nuts is that it's going against its program.
Exactly. I don't know much about every scenario that I've ever seen with artificial intelligence ends badly.
Yeah.
So, no, I don't want a robot with its digital finger on a digital button. No. I'm going to go downvote on that.
Yeah,
Give me a flesh and blood geriatric who gets immigration and abortion confused any day.
Oh, man. Okay, yeah, that debate was an
Not that Trump was any better. He was just as much of an asshole as he usually is. So, you know.
Well, yeah. No, I think he was much less of an asshole than he usually is, which was kind of nice. I don't know. I didn't see the typical like attacks, and the worst was like what did he say? I don't know what he said there at the end of his sentence. I don't think he even knew what he said.
He even knew what he said. Yeah.
It's the biggest dig he had on him.
Yeah.
But anyway.
The worst part was he's not wrong. He's not wrong at all on anything he said. I'm not going to say you were a liar. Well, except for you didn't have sex with a porn star. That was definitely, you lied about that.
Why would you say that?
Because he had sex with a porn star.
Gross. Gross.
All right, let's get off of politics. What else you got, JB?
It's not politics. It's just making fun of these people. these psychopaths.
You're damn right. Well, is there anybody out there who we could vote for besides these guys?
I mean, well, no, dude. In the end, they're all psychopaths. That's kind of like what I'm getting as the full picture. Because if you are paying attention to anything like politics, it's like everything is crumbling, man. Like judges and and like don't get me started on the judges recently, but like yeah, there's a lot of craziness and corruption in the world for sure. I think it all needs to be ridiculed.
Do you think we could get Rick Moranis to be our president?
No.
I just think he'd do a good job.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson? Maybe. Hulk Hogan said that he would be vice president.
Brother.
Yeah, dude. Could you imagine?
Hulk Hogan as vice president?
Yeah. Most people have been like putting it off as like he would team with Trump. Okay, can you imagine a 4-year Trump presidency with a 4-year with Hulk Hogan as the vice president? But then the vice president typically the vice president would run for president. So
right
could you imagine 8 years worth of a Hulk Hogan presidency? Because I can, brother.
Oh my God, a president who wears a bandana every single day of his life. Didn't he just start a beer company?
I haven't heard about that.
The Real American Beer Company, I believe it's called.
He did win that major lawsuit. I feel like this was more so recently. But he was suing like Bubba the Love Sponge. Did you hear about that story?
Oh, with his wife?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
Was
Howard
this a
Stern
long time
covered
ago?
that extensively. It was long enough ago for it to be like dredged up again.
Okay, well he got awarded like man, what was it? Like $150 million?
It was a lot of money. Dough. It was a lot of dough. They made a huge mistake of trying to put that out there.
Dude. It was absolutely. What they did to him was wrong.
Absolutely.
And like he was technically fooling around on his wife, so no like forgiveness to him there. He did a bad thing.
That was on him.
But like turning it public and trying to destroy the guy, like I heard some people talking about it, right? And they were talking about some of Hogan's text messages to this guy, and it was like how Hogan was like, how you would treat your friends like this, and they're all like, you were sleeping with his wife. Like Bubba wanted him to sleep with his wife.
Yeah, he was like coercing him to do it. He was pretty much presenting her on a silver platter. It's like, there's some pussy if you want to fuck it.
Right.
Jesus Christ.
Right, so it like does make total sense. It's like you tell me to go to this room with this lady and you
Yeah.
film me and you do this shit.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, Hulk Hogan has a complete right to be
Oh,
absolutely
absolutely.
pissed off and to get some damn retribution.
Fuck yeah, dude. Justice for Hulkster. He needs money. God knows he ain't getting residuals from his movies.
Yeah, that's the thing with professional wrestlers. It seems like they run out of money. Like all of them eventually run out.
Eventually, yeah.
Like Ric Flair has had to retire like 6 times because he needs that last match, man.
Well, now he's got that cannabis company. Now he's all set.
Right on.
He's all set. He's got that Legends contract, I still believe, too, if I'm not mistaken. He might still be under Legends or Hall of Famer contractor. Something like that. I could be wrong. I probably am. But still, yeah, all those wrestlers run out of money eventually. They have to open their own gym and become trainers or work under the umbrella of one of the major corporations. I hear the rumor is that Shane McMahon is going to be possibly joining up with AEW. And wouldn't that be a Shyamalan twist? Instead of, Tony Khan running shit, it'd be Shane McMahon.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that though. Like, that's weird.
It is weird. Like I said, it's just a rumor. It's a rumor going around online. I don't know how substantiated it is or if it's even true, but yeah, Shane McMahon's name has been whispered in AEW for a little while.
Well, he seems like the most distant member of the family from the company now.
Correct.
Is there like a reason that you know for that?
I just don't think he got along with his dad. His dad wanted some pretty crazy shit on screen. If you remember some of the post-Attitude era, when we got into the Ruthless Aggression shit, there was some pretty gnarly storylines involving family members.
Oh yeah, some of the weird storylines. that they're doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I honestly just think it was just a falling out between the two of them.
Okay.
I could be, once again, I could be wrong. I don't know any of the McMahons.
I could see it being the storyline because like as everybody always says that like Shane McMahon was like fearless in the ring and like
Oh yeah, and look what he did, man.
Yeah.
I thought he was a joke when he first stepped into the ring, but fuck, I was wrong, man. Props and due to Shane McMahon and what he does in the ring from somebody who came. I don't want to say he was a nepo baby in any way, shape, or form when he came to the ring. I'm sure he went to the training center and had, some kind of training to be able to climb a 20-foot steel cage and do an elbow drop onto the Undertaker onto a table. So, yeah, due credit to Shane McMahon as a performer. Great.
Yeah, I agree.
But also I've heard a lot of interviews like Jim Cornette saying that Shane McMahon is one of the most normal people. If you're taking like levels of McMahon to normalcy, Shane is just the most normal, level-headed individual out of everybody in that company. So that could also play into it.
It is kind of strange that Paul Levesque, Triple H, ends up like essentially taking over the company, and that Shane is kind of missing. But
yeah, and Stephanie had it for a while.
Yeah,
and then she kind of disappeared when Daddy came back.
Yeah,
and she voted him out for whatever reason there was. But yeah, I don't think their relationship is too great either.
I couldn't imagine.
Yeah. I don't want to get into any more Vinnie Mac shit, but yeah, I thought it was interesting to hear Shane McMahon and AEW in the same sentence.
Yeah, that'll be cool to see what happens. Speaking of, the actual show, we have Money in the Bank coming up tonight.
Money in the Bank is tonight. It's Saturday the 7th. We have, oh boy, I can't remember everybody in the ladder match.
There's a lot going on.
There's a lot, yeah. We got Damian Priest versus Seth Rollins for the title.
That should be good.
I'm glad to see him back. I always like seeing Seth Rollins in the ring. And Damian Priest, once again, got to give him credit where it's due. He's held on to that belt, done a pretty good job defending it. Not a bad champion, but I really want him to get away from that Judgment Day.
Well, that's where it seems like it's going. I was just
does.
thinking like we're seeing a bunch of fractures in the main like alliances that we've seen for the last several years.
What do you think of that Liv Morgan Dominic Mysterio shit?
I hate it. I hate it.
What is the point?
I'm hoping. Okay, this is my theory on it, and I probably put way too much thought into this, but is that she's just trying to screw over Rhea Ripley, so she's like she's messing up everything in Rhea Ripley's life, and
Yeah.
and I'm half thinking she's just going to mess with the relationship that they have, and just long enough to ruin it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When do you think Mommy's going to make her return?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Maybe SummerSlam, maybe. That's the big one of the summer. I'd say if their returns are to be made, I'd say SummerSlam, maybe Survivor Series, whatever. But yeah, what I find ridiculous about this whole situation is that it's public knowledge that both Rhea Ripley and Dominic Mysterio are happily married individuals. So the fact that they keep going on with this relationship shit, and now Liv Morgan's being thrown into it, it makes me laugh every time. My wife gets angry about it. She gets angry that Dom doesn't like slap her and push her. I was like, babe, come on. And then she goes, oh yeah, you're right, yeah, it's like we both know that they're happily married individuals. I think Liv Morgan is the only one who's actually single in that equation. Apparently she just broke up with Bo Dallas, aka Uncle Hattie. So yeah, I'm kind of curious to see when Mommy's going to come back and take her belt back, if she does, unless somebody else takes it from her beforehand.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not. I'm into Liv Morgan. I'm not into the storyline that's happening right now.
Right. Do get to hear some steamy shit come out of her mouth, though. Anyway, the big one that I'm sure is on your mind: Cody, Randy, and Kevin versus the Bloodline.
Yeah. So this Monday on Raw, the three of them came out of the limo just like hot and ran into the ring and did a big call out and a big fight.
Yeah.
And that got me jacked. I was super pumped on that, and
Yeah,
I'm excited to see this come to like a conclusion, I guess.
Hopefully a conclusion. I think they're setting it up perfectly to bring back Roman.
Right.
And like I said, they're going to, or I had told you, I predicted this, they're going to set up Roman, Jay, Jimmy, and The Rock, come back, face Bloodline, the Blood Wars, whatever you want to call it. Right now, they're going after Cody and Kevin and Randy. This is going to be a great fight. I think all three of them are going to work very well as a team. They're very cohesively. I don't know if all four of the Bloodline are going to be involved or if it's just three of them. I don't know that. I probably should.
Well, they're known for like pulling a fast one, so there's probably going to be somebody in the.
Yeah, probably. So you got Tongaloa and is Jacob Fatu in the match?
See, is he like the badass who came in at the end?
Yeah, he's the wolf.
Okay, so
He's the werewolf.
I could see him being the wild card.
And the Samoan werewolf.
But
they all look like they're. I was just like, come on, guys. Huh. So yeah, Tongaloa and oh shit, I'm forget names. Fuck Solo Sikoa. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
How dare you put Paul Heyman through a table, you asshole. He loved you. He just did not acknowledge you as his tribal chief.
Right.
And with every right, he had pledged his allegiance to Roman Reigns long before you.
Well, so did all those other traitors, sons of bitches.
Damn Skippy, brother. It's like I said, they're setting it up perfectly to bring him back as the ultimate face.
So it was either the start, maybe it was Raw this week. Jey Uso is like is off on his own now, right?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeet!
Main event, Jey Uso is what we got.
Yep. The Yeeter of Worlds.
Which I don't know how into that I am, but he was met by Chad Gable, right? And Chad Gable ends up getting and fill me in on this because I missed it. I don't know. I don't actually know why is like the Wyatt family after Chad Gable.
I think they're trying to recruit him, possibly, because he obviously mistreated everybody in the Alpha Academy to the point where they're like, we're done with you, with very good reason. All the shit that was on screen that he was doing to those people was obvious emotional and physical abuse, but it's wrestling, so it's entertainment. I'm sure Maxine is fine, and I'm sure Otis is fine, and
Chad Gable's probably not really such a gigantic dick
I'm sure.
douche.
Yeah, Chad Gable's probably an okay dude. But yeah, I think they're really focusing when they show like the first time they made their appearance, they really focused in on Chad Gable having a head wound. I was like, okay, so Chad Gable got knocked out. Apparently other superstars were in there too. I didn't really catch any, but yeah, now they're focusing in on Chad Gable. Either they want him as an opponent or they want him in the family. So like most of these factions do that are kind of supernatural in origin, they'll stalk you first, kind of ease into it, and then like draw you in. And yeah, that's my prediction. Once again, just an opinion.
Okay, and that's Bray Wyatt, right? I'm not so familiar with this character, to be honest.
Bray Wyatt's dead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So who's the...
Uncle Howdy is Bo Dallas, which is Bray Wyatt's brother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And he's leading. He's got I can't remember everybody, but I know he's got Nikki Cross is in there, Eric Rowan, Dexter Loomis. There's a couple more I'm missing. But yeah, editor, you got a job to do. Do it. The Wyatt Six, led by Uncle Howdy, and this latest thing, this video that they were showing on, I believe it was Raw, where Bo Dallas is talking to Uncle Howdy, and they're kind of doing this duality thing where Bo is slowly becoming Uncle Howdy. So I thought that was kind of interesting how they did that. I wasn't digging in all the whole cryptic messages and things because I'm a kind of guy who looks for that kind of shit. So every time that you would see a QR code come across the screen, my wife would be like, oh, pause it. All right, rewind it. And I pull out my phone, go to the QR code, and then we would stop watching wrestling for like a half an hour while we would go to these websites and just try to decipher these codes. So yeah, I wasn't into all that, but I'm finally glad they're here and they're making an appearance. I can't wait to see what they do in the ring.
Yeah, I think it's the beginning of an interesting storyline.
Yeah,
should be fun.
Definitely. What else is going on in your world, brother?
Man, nothing.
Nothing?
No.
Well, you know me. I like movies, right?
Yeah.
I'm a big movie guy. It might surprise some people to know that I haven't seen a trilogy of great films from a long time ago that a lot of people have seen, a lot of people talk about still to this day, which is the Rambo trilogy, the first 3 Rambo films. I had never seen them. And the other day, I was going through my vast collection of shit that I own, and all of a sudden I noticed that I have the Rambo collection. I didn't realize I had it, but I have it. So I'm like, you know what? Damn it. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to watch First Blood, and I'm going to watch First Blood Part 2, and I'm going to just keep right on going. Man, I missed out. I really missed out. Holy shit, that First Blood is an amazing movie. I mean, for what it is, an action film and everything, but as a character study and someone who has PTSD, wow, really moved me. A lot of shit I didn't understand, like why he was given so much shit for just walking in town. But I guess it was a different time.
Did they harass him or something?
He was coming to see a friend who had died. He was walking through a town. A sheriff notices him. He's got his green army jacket with the flag on. He doesn't have a car, so he must be a drifter, I guess, is what the sheriff says. Asks him a couple of questions, asks him where he's going, and gives him a ride even, and starts talking just these weird nonsense. You got to be careful wearing that flag and that jacket around here. You know, we're a peaceful town. We don't want no trouble. The whole time, John Rambo's like, not saying a word. He's just enjoying the ride. But these cops they're relentless. And they end up arresting him because he does end up coming back into town for one reason or another. And they arrest him and they actually start triggering his PTSD.
Oh, okay, yeah.
To the point where he has to escape to the tree line and he starts living, the way that he has lived in the bush and in the shit for so many years. A cop accidentally gets killed for trying to kill him with a gun. He's not armed. But yeah, so that incites this whole huge
manhunt.
Right. Yeah. And yeah, it's just a great movie to see what actually those veterans went through when they got home.
What you could imagine, especially like John Rambo, they're supposed to be like super special forces. And that guy really dealt with, like his story is, he dealt with some serious shit.
Exactly.
So I agree. I haven't watched any of those movies in a hot minute, man. But sure, the first one now, jog my memory on the second.
The second one is basically they take the idea of John Rambo being a super badass,
Right.
and just kind of rolled with that. They kind of, I'm not saying push aside the PTSD stuff, but it definitely took a backseat to more John Rambo being a one-man army.
Right.
So in the second one, he is supposed to take some pictures of this operation going on in, I can't remember where it was. I just watched it yesterday. But he's supposed to take pictures, and he's not supposed to get involved. His superior's like, drops him into this shit. He's supposed to take pictures, and it's POWs.
Okay.
So they are being held. I can't remember if they're Russian or something, but yeah. Anyway, he's just supposed to get the pictures and get out. Well, he decides to get these guys out himself. So they kind of disavow him, and he gets pissed off. He gets everybody out anyway, and he goes after the guy who gave the order to like just totally fuck him over. Yeah, I'm missing pieces here and there. But
Yeah. Okay. So is the third one where he's with in Afghanistan?
the third one, yeah, where he goes after his commanding officer in Afghanistan.
Okay, yeah. That's the one that's freshest in my mind. Is
Yeah.
riding with all the Afghanis to fight the Soviets.
Yeah, with the game where they have the dead sheep and the horses, trying to put it in the circle.
Oh yeah.
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 I thought that was an interesting touch. Like, wow, this is really masculine. And the kid who gets shot because he wants to fight. Man, the 80s were a different freaking time.
Well, definitely for action movies though.
Oh,
But like
yeah.
these are examples of like those just damn good action movies, man.
Mhm.
We're like, it's probably pretty dry on plot. Like aside from the first one, like you're mentioning, that's the only one where you really talked about like the backstory or
Right.
like how it made you feel and what it made you think. Like the rest of it's just stupid violence.
Oh,
and
yeah,
action.
it's literally just Rambo with exploding arrows.
But like, bring it on. I'm there for that all day long. To be
yeah,
honest,
dude. It was crazy.
I sincerely miss and like wonder where our new real like Arnold Schwarzenegger is. Where's the next Jean-Claude Van Damme? Heaven, like, forgive me for saying this, but like, who's gonna replace Steven Seagal? You know, he ain't gonna be able to even stand up for too much longer.
Oh no, poor Steve. Yeah, try to give me Chris Hemsworth. Maybe.
That was actually
Maybe.
exactly who popped into my head too. But like, he's just not in those roles right now.
No. Well, he
Or
was in
is-
that Mad Max Furiosa movie.
Okay.
Which I haven't seen yet. I don't know anything much about what the critics are saying or what people are saying about it. I'll judge it for myself because I did like Fury Road. So I will see that movie. But yeah, I would say the only person off the top of my head, maybe Chris Hemsworth or Jason Statham, as far as action films.
But he's kind of on the older side now. In a way, like
not
he's already
wrong.
been in the Expendables. Like the dude's already.
You're not
You know, with
wrong.
the rest of the-
You're absolutely right.
What is like Chuck Norris is like 80 years old now.
Oh, fuck. You're right about that, too. Chuck Norris, his beard is thinning. it's thinning. Yeah, he's got to be up there. Shit, William Shatner's almost 100.
Damn, yeah.
He's like, I know he's in his 90s. Yeah, I mean, you can't tell, but he's up there.
Yeah, and I'm calling right now for a full-on campaign to replace our action heroes, y'all.
Yeah. Anybody out there who thinks they can do it?
Maybe Arnold Schwarzenegger's one movie was true. He was the last action hero.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
That was a great movie.
It was actually.
I love that movie.
I think I mean, it was probably a couple of years ago, but I went and revisited that movie because when I watched it when I was a kid, like, this is the dream, dude, is to be like
damn
thrown
right.
into your favorite like adventure, whatever.
Yeah.
And have it exist like it does.
Yeah.
And I love the idea, like the dichotomy of Arnold in the fake world and then in the real world, and like how shit affects him differently. The case in point is when he punches out the windows in the cars.
That's
in
right.
one world, it's just like he breaks it and it's all good. In the next world, his hands cut the fuck.
My hand is really hurts. Yeah, definitely underrated film. I love Last Action Hero. Yeah, maybe he was. Wait, what about Jason Momoa?
He could do it.
Aquaman.
I mean, we have Aquaman. That's a superhero movie. I mean, yes, it fits the role in a way, and I think Jason Momoa would be great.
Yeah.
Fucking yeah, man. Let's gear him up. Make the Commando 3 or whatever. Starring Jason Momoa. I'm all for it.
There's already a Commando 3.
Commando 4. That's why I went to 3 because I assumed there was definitely 2.
But actually, to correct myself, actually, those Commando movies are separated from the Arnold Schwarzenegger Commando
See,
movies.
again, though, like another dumb
Yeah.
action movie, but I remember watching that a bunch of times.
Dude, Commando rocked.
Yeah.
That was like the first, I don't want to say family-friendly action film, and there's some nudity in there, but fucking... Yeah, I remember watching that one as a kid and be thinking like, okay, cool, action movies. Yeah. Yeah. Let off some steam, Bennett.
Let off some steam,
Even
Bennett.
think like Clint Eastwood, dude. Like, just like that tough guy. That tough guy's gone. He doesn't exist anymore.
That's true. He's in his 90s too, I think, and
Oh.
still making movies. He's talking about making a new movie.
Right on. You gotta love these old guys, man, who just keep grinding.
Yeah,
Really.
yeah. And that dude's got a face like a leather satchel.
Yeah. Well, kind of always did.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He's just a rough, rugged man, dude. He's a
Right.
dude, man.
He's honestly not even like a tough guy. He doesn't like. When I look at him, I see tough guy. Don't get me wrong.
Sure.
But I don't see like big, powerful man. I guess. I
No.
just see tough guy.
Yeah, you just see a dude you don't
It's
fuck
like John
with.
Wayne, but I guess John Wayne is probably a pretty big dude.
The Duke.
Yeah.
Pilgrim.
Yeah, Pilgrim. Pull out your 6-shooter, Pilgrim.
Oh. Bring back toxic masculinity.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. Well, not all
No,
of it. Bring back that in our action films. I'll take that.
Exactly.
How about that?
I mean, I don't need to see like full on assault, but like I miss the ladies, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, again, just Hulk Hogan in every movie he's ever played. You know, that's
I recently watched one of his called Thunder in Paradise that I actually remember really enjoying.
was that a movie?
It was a movie, and then it was a series.
Okay, I think I remember more of the TV show.
That movie was, the TV series. I think that's just an excuse for Hulk to have a vacation because they filmed that on the Disney Studios, the resort, one of the Disney resorts. This was right around the time that Hulk was making the transition to WCW. So he signed this deal with Ted Turner, making all these movies and all these shows. He could still do it and be a wrestler. That's one of the things that appealed to Hulk Hogan.
Right. I always thought Vince McMahon had a problem with him.
Yeah,
in the
I mean,
Hollywood thing.
that was the original issue with him was he was in Rocky 2, I believe. And
Yeah.
Vince McMahon, I don't know if it was junior or
Did you
senior.
see how we tied in the ends? We were all like Sylvester Stallone, Hulk Hogan.
Yeah,
Then we were like Rocky 2.
there you go. You see that?
This is why you're glomosexuals.
This is exactly.
Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I don't even know what we're talking about, but I don't care. Thanks for joining us. We'll catch you next time.
On the Rabbit Hole.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Peace
Like and
out.
subscribe. Peace.